and welcome back to my YouTube channel. So this video I'm going to talk about pastels. I recently ordered some pastels in my which I just showed them in my last YouTube video, but I did say that I wasn't going to swatch them in that because I wanted to do a separate pastel video, which is this one here. I haven't used pastels for absolutely years and years, since I was at college probably. Have had pastel pencils, just the odd one, which I don't mind because they don't create as much mess. I think it's the mess with things like, it's just like I haven't really used charcoal since college because I don't really like the mess of and the dust that would come from the pastels and the charcoal and all of that. However, I've seen lots of people use pastels in their work, mixed media work, and particularly pastels from, say, Unison, Jackson's own brand pastels, pan pastels. The pan pastels was the main thing that caught my eye because they look like this, and obviously it's like a solid pastel and you're not having to scrub a pastel. So you're not likely to get as much dust and you're not likely to get as much mess, because I've also, as part of the little second order that I did, ordered some of the sponges and this knife oval tool that you can get to use with the pan pastels. So after considering it for a long time, and I mean a really long time, I decided I would buy some pastels to see if I would enjoy using them in my work, like sketchbooks and things like that, and if I liked them. And then obviously bought a couple of these tools as well. I was just going to buy the pan pastels, but then I looked at them and thought, I do actually want to try it because people say how good they are and how nice they are and how the colours are. I wanted to buy some of the Unison colours pastels as well and just give them a try, and if I like them, I like using them, you know, I could always use the tools, the sponges with them as well. You can, once you've put pastel down with these, you can actually wet them and wash them out, which I might do in this video as well. I'll have to go and get some water though. So I have bought 5 Unisons in various shades and some pan pastels. Now I want to talk about my pan pastel. So far I'm quite disappointed because firstly, when I ordered the Unisons, so I ordered these and I ordered these two. Well, I actually made a mistake and ordered 3 of the same colour of this one, but you know, they'll come in handy. I guess I'll use them. So it's not such, and actually these are solid, so I'm happy with that. And this is the paint grey tint. I think it's tint 8, but I'm not sure. So I ordered 3 of this colour by mistake, which was my error. But then this one and this one have come broken, like, or smashed in the packaging. This one, you know, in a couple of big chunks. This one's broken around the edge. Still usable, but disappointing that they've come like that. So in the little order that I did after that, I ordered these, and then I've ordered these 3 colours, 2 of which have come okay. So this one is red iron oxide tint, and this one is raw umber shade. They've come fine. This one, which is the raw umber tint, is completely smashed. So I'm really disappointed because obviously if I dropped it on the floor, that's a different, you know, thing. You know, if I'd used them and I dropped them on the floor, then, you know, obviously I wouldn't be happy with myself. But these are brand new and they've come smashed. I did send Jackson's a message because I was like, is this something that happens? These have come smashed, etc., etc. And they did just say that this is something that can happen depending on I think it can depend on the I'm just going to look for something. It depends on the pigment. They can happen. Obviously as well, the packaging, I suppose if they, you know, come, I don't know, through the post and everything like that, depending on maybe how they're packaged, that's going to have an impact potentially. Anyway, bit disappointed with the fact that I've now got 3 broken pan pastels, and the blog post was telling you how to rectify a smashed pan pastel, and it involves getting alcohol rubbing solution and using spoons and a plastic bag, and you know, obviously like doing a mix with that to get them back to solid. And do I want to have the hassle of having to do that when I've ordered something that I want to just work straight off? No, I don't, but that's just my opinion on that. So anyway, that's my small disappointment with these. I've got these sponges here, which are makeup sponges that I thought, I wonder if they're gonna work. So now I've got a dusty pastel, which is what I wanted to avoid in the first place, but I'm just going to sort of blend these all, try and blend them all together. But it does work well with a makeup sponge. So I can see laying pastel background down for mixed media is going to work really well. Anyway, so what I'm going to do is I'm just going to see what these look like on the page. I'm just using my A3 sketchbook that I've been using recently. Sorry for the noise, trying to get these. So this is one of the tools. It's like a palette knife almost, and you get these little sponge heads that go on them, which are almost like makeup brush, you know, like eyeshadow, little eyeshadow things that you can get with eyeshadow palettes. They're a little bit like that. So you put this, which is why I thought that might help, might work, you know, because you can get makeup brushes and makeup sponges like these ones, were just really cheap ones. Oh, so that I can actually pad that down, and you can actually cover quite a bit of ground with these. So what I want these for is obviously to use them for mixed media work, and that is really, that gives a nice effect. Do you like that? Got that, just put that over there. So that one is, I'm going to try and blend them all together, so I'm going to end up with a bit of a, because obviously, I mean, it's a bit of a faffon to try and change these back and forth, so I'm just wondering, so let's raw umber tint. I like the pan pastels as well because you could easily get things like, so this is a Payne's Grey tint, one of the ones that's come broken, and oh, that's more broken than I thought it was. You can get tints of the colour, so this is like Payne's Grey and this is Payne's Grey tint, so they're a bit like doing, say, the Light Fast, is it? No, sorry, Caran d'Ache Luminance pencils, where you can get Payne's Grey, is it 30% on the pencil, and then another Payne's Grey 60%, I think it is, and just Payne's Grey. I'm just going to open the window, so I apologise for any background noise in advance. Open the window. Yeah, so they were a bit like the Caran d'Ache Luminance, so you could easily see, oh well, that's a Payne's Grey whatever tint, you know, rather than, I guess, the Unison colours. But everybody loves, I'm trying not to get messy on my hand, everybody loves the Unison. Most people that I've seen use pastels, I'm going to do all the light colours first, I think, love the Unison. Also the Jackson's Art own own pastels. They love them as well. That is a lovely pink shade, and that is, say, that's a tint of red oxide, and it got a lovely pink shade to it. Yeah, that was I'm sure that was red oxide tint. You can stack these as well, and that's the other reason why I want them, because I thought, oh, you could stack them all together. Red iron oxide. You can stack them all together, which is a reason why I wanted to get them as well, because then they take up less room, because you basically just stack them up. Oh, that's a nice. I have to shut the window again because I can hear people outside making noise. That's a nice shade as well. You can see how it gives a very soft, diffused background. It would make a lovely background, or even things like at the forefront that you want to maybe a bit more diffused. Very beautiful texture, and because you can add water to it as well, which I will try. I'll go get some water in a bit and we'll try that. So it's raw umber shade. And then the last one is, that's the only other thing, I'm just trying to use the one that you get a build up on your sponge. So this is Payne's Grey, which looks like a very blue Payne's Grey, which it is. It's very lovely. See, you can get this very blendable as well. Like that blends in really well. I've got some bigger sponges from them as well, and I'm wondering if I say get this makeup sponge back. You can get a very soft, like I said, soft, like diffused look to it, which is very a nice texture. Brings another element of texture to your work, or should do, hopefully. That's Payne's Grey. So these are all pan pastels, which I'll put there. Let me put these over here somewhere. So it's very nice. I can see those working. I think the thing is, because some of them have come smashed, and which they're not cheap, they're not like mega expensive, but they're not mega cheap either at the end of the day. So, you know, you don't want to risk them being broken, you know, when you're buying them from brand new. Right, I'm just going to check what colours I've got. A31, but I don't know, that doesn't, oh sorry, single additional 31, not quite sure. Now these feel lovely, but I suppose with this I wonder if I could then, these feel very, very buttery to use on the page, like very soft. I wonder if I can then, yes. Oh, well, see, that tool will still come in handy for even the units, so getting rid of the dust. I could use the sponge like that on that, and that's diffused that dust really well. So that was A31, I think. I think you can buy boxes for these Unisons, but I think I might just keep them in the Jackson's box for now that they came in, which is just this little cardboard one. This one is light 10. Oh, these feel lovely. I can see why people absolutely love these, and I can see that I potentially might not even bother with the pan pastels, which isn't great. But then use the Unisons, but I'm going to get messy at the same time, which is not great. And this one diffuses lovely. That's a lovely colour. I think you can work quite a lot of things on top of these as well. I could use my fingers to smudge these in as well. I just don't want to get too messy, but obviously that is light 10. What's this one? Yellow Green Earth 3. Oh, look at that. That is a lovely sagey green colour, I would say. I'm going to get some water for these as well, because I do think that these would create a lovely wash using the pastel. That's a lovely shade. I do like that. This one is, what's this one? Grey 15. That's a nice shade. It's very difficult to know. I think I might go back on, because the reason why I got the Unison as well is they were in the sale. But I think you can get some ones where you can get half sticks in a little set. Because I wanted to get one to try, but I wasn't quite sure what colours to get. I sort of went with colours that I thought would fit in with the type of colour palette I've been using recently. But obviously you can get drawn into buying more shades when you go on Jackson's. There's so many to choose from with the Unison. So this is grey 14. So that's grey 15. And this is single grey. Look at the difference in, you know, there's a big difference. The grey 14 is a lot darker than grey 15. Both lovely colour greys. You can get some lovely soft grey 14. That's grey 15. And these are Unison. Right, I'm just going to get some water. Right, I'm back. So, let's have a look. I'll put a bit of, excuse me, pan pastel. I'll do a Unison next to a pan pastel for water. So we'll use a darker colour so we can see it better. I'll use this raw umber shade, sitting at a bit of a funny angle. I guess, how you can get a darker, this is very diffused from the start, the pan pastel, because obviously you're using a sponge straight away. You know, you can obviously put your finger in it and use your fingers if you want to. I'm just choosing to use the sponge, but you get straight away, you get a diffused soft, whereas with the Unison, you know, it is very much, you know, you can do it quite heavy-handed onto the page, and then obviously like that you can smoosh it out. So let's put some water with this. So with these, I think probably because you are very lightly putting it on, maybe you can, I'm sure I saw somebody use these wet, maybe you can put your brush directly in the pan pastel maybe. Don't know if I'd want to do that, but you can see you're getting some pigment. I'm sure I saw somebody get more of it than that. But then look at that with the Unison. Now you could say, you know, you've got things like watercolours and stuff like that, but I think because, you know, pastels, you know, got a compressed pigment in a way, isn't it? So you get that deeper, and then potentially you could draw into that with like the pastel on top, although I don't want to do that because it might potentially wreck it. But the Unison, I think the water works better with the Unison on first impression with the pan pastel. I wonder if you can put a brush directly in the pan pastel, but I do like the way you could get some nice effects by the pastel, and then maybe you could work on top with, say the sponge. Let's see what happens. Let's do it with the sponge. Let's do a little bit with the there. So also you get a nice effect when you work then back on top of it with the sponge. So that's nice. I like that. Interesting. Still don't know if I like the mess, or because I've got messy hands now. It's weird because I don't mind paint on my hand. I think it's the dust and the breathing in of the dust and a bit of mess with the dust that I don't like. I think that's the bit I don't like. Whereas I don't mind getting paint and things on my hand like that. Although I don't tend to get that messy. But so yeah, this is the that was the Unison grey, single grey 14, I think it was. I'm going to take these out of these packets and just put them in. Single grey 14 with water. And then that was the raw umber shade, and you can work back on. You can get some, I think that's going to get you some really nice textures. So yeah, I mean, I'm really happy with the Unison. I think they're going to work well. I think I'll probably use the sponges with them so I don't get overly messy, because I'm obviously not keen on the mess. So it's nice that you can use the sponge with them as well. I like the fact that you can add water and you can get this nice texture and these like lovely background effects potentially. These are all lovely shades. Not as keen, I think I'm not as keen on the light 10. It's a bit more on the purpley pink side, and like more of a blue pink side, which I'm not that keen on, but I do like that those three there and that one there, they're really nice. And these actually, when you look at those together, that's a really nice combination with those, so they're going to work really well. It's just, as I say, a shame that they've come broken, some of them. That's something to bear in mind. I just want to say that is, you know, it's just something to bear in mind if you're looking at these pastels for yourself, you're thinking about them. The pan pastels are lovely, look really nice. The shade range is really nice, and I like the fact that you can pick tints of colours, but they might arrive broken. And I honestly, this is just my opinion, but I do not want to have to you know, start trying to sort out trying to get them back solid. But that's just my opinion. Lots of people might be more than happy to do that. Anyway, I hope you liked this video and found it useful. And I will see you in the next video. Bye for now. Hi, so after I filmed my pastel video, I did actually go back on Jackson's and I ordered a few more Unison colours because they were still in the sale. I've got to say, I think at the moment, because I'm disappointed with the pan pastels breaking, that I'd probably just deal with the mess and go with the Unison colours, pastels, and just deal with that pastel mess. So I decided to order some additional colours, and I also ordered, I should have got a bigger one, so I'm probably going to have to go on and buy a bigger box, or another one in this size. So this is one of their storage boxes that they do, and this will hold 8 pastels. And I hadn't actually realised that Unison are made in Northumberland, which is in the northeast of England, which is where I am based. Well, I'm not based in Northumberland, but I'm based in the northeast. Anyway, that was a little bit of a ramble, but yeah, it's nice to buy something made locally or in the region even. So, colours that I've got. I have got, what shall we do? Shall we do the light colours? We'll do the yellow first. I might leave whichever ones don't fit in, or I don't put in the storage box. I think I'll just keep in these little boxes, rather than loose rolling around so they don't get too messy. So let's just do it. Oh, see, these feel so soft and buttery, like it's just creamy when you put them on the page. Let's find a pencil. This is light 2. I also the other reason why I went back on is because I'm a patron of Frances Ives, and because the Unison sale was on, Frances did a pastel video showcasing favourite Unison pastels, and I noted down some of the colours that I thought I would like from that. So that was another reason as well. This is, oh, that's a gorgeous shade. This is orange 6. I'll blend them out once I've put them all down. These are packaged really nicely, unlike the pan pastels. Well, not the pan pastels aren't packaged nicely, but these are, they do have some, you know, padding so they don't break. My local art shop actually does sell these as well, so I could probably pick them up from there if I want some more. So this is light 6. That's a grey. Should have done all the lights together. So what I'm hoping I'm going to do is do some like sketch with me videos using all of these new bits that I've bought. That's light 14. So like sketch with me, and also do some sketchbook tours. I've got a couple of videos planned or that I need to film. One's a sketchbook tour, and the other is a bit of a process. Well, not necessarily a process because I'm not going to actually be doing something, but I'm going to show you a process for the woodland art prompts that I've been doing. If you follow me on Instagram, you will have seen them. Grade 12. That is lovely. See, that is a little bit like, that is a little bit like, I caught my fingernail on one of the pastels, and it was a little bit like, you know, if somebody used to run their fingers down a blackboard back in the day in school. It's gone right through me. Right, yellow, green. I think this is yellow, green, earth 4. Excuse my writing on an angle. And then this one is, I think this is neutral earth 17. And then I've got, I can't remember what BE stands for. But BE 3, which obviously sounds, oh, it could be brown earth 3, I think. So, right, I might as well just use my fingers because they're already messy. So we've got light 2, which is a lovely creamy yellow shade. I'm just going to try and get, that's beautiful. It's very subtle. These would be great for like, you know, like a sunset, when you're doing like a landscape or even a seascape actually. We've got orange 6. It's like that lovely hazy sunset. It's very like blendable together. So that's orange 6. We've got light 6, which is a very pale pink shade. That's lovely. Light 14. See, Jesus finger. Which is a lovely sky colour. And we've got grey 12. Looks a little bit like it's like a duck egg blue, or a slightly greeny blue. That's very pretty. I'll have to move on to these fingers here. Yellow, green, earth 4. That one's NE 17 and BE 3, which are very similar in shade. So that's them. I'm really happy with them. So I think they'll go really well with what I've already got, which I showed earlier, well, in the other section of this video. I think they'll go really well. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to decide which ones I'm going to put in this box, and I'll come back and I'll show you that. Right, so I've decided to put like the blue, that's a very pale blue, the light 14, and the greys along with the greens and the neutral earth toned ones in the box. So I've got the pinks and the oranges that I've got 5 there. So I think I might get another 8, like an 8 storage box, and then that leaves room for like 3 other colours, and maybe do like maybe have like pastel shades together, like pastel shades like the orange and the light 2. So yeah, I hope you've enjoyed this pastel video. I'm not buying any more for a while. I keep saying that, but I'm not going to. I'm going to just use these, and like I say, I might do some sketch with me videos and things like that, and using all of these new materials that I've bought. Okay, bye for now.